Bukele challenges Hillary Clinton to take El Salvador's entire prison population after criticism. This is how you deal with these virtue signalers, by the way. You give them an opportunity to put their money where their mouth is. El Salvador president responded to former Secretary of State's criticism of CECOT prison housing U.S. deportees. Okay, if you're complaining, you want them? Huh? Shouldn't be a problem for you, right? El Salvadoran President Nayib Bukele responded to allegations by former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton about the conditions at the terrorism confinement center at the country's maximum security prison that has received migrants deported from the U.S. Bukele was responding to a post on Twitter by Clinton that was accompanied by an 11-minute video of PBS Frontline documentary titled "Surviving CECOT." Man, the media has been doing overtime trying to make you feel sorry for fucking gang members and terrorists. Oh, these people who want you dead are being mistreated. Don't you care? Curious to learn more about CECOT, she wrote here one Andre and Wilmer share firsthand how the Orange administration branded them as gang members without evidence, deported them to the brutal El Salvadoran prison. Okay, hey Clinton, you want them back? The short documentary tells the story of 3 Venezuelan men who were deported by Orange Man administration to CECOT. A description of the short film states, well, I don't think Orange Man can deport them to this prison. They were deported to El Salvador, and El Salvador put them there. Now, all 3 men were branded by the U.S. government as Trinidad members, which they deny. So, if it later turns out they actually were gang members, are you going to issue a retraction and an apology? In response, Bukele said his country was ready to cooperate if Clinton thinks people have been tortured in the notorious prison that houses many of the country's gang members and migrants deported from the U.S. Perfect response. Hey, we'll let you take over and fix it. Yeah, you can have these people. Now, we are willing to release our entire prison population, including all gang leaders and all those described as political prisoners, to any country willing to receive them, he wrote. The only condition is straightforward. It must be everyone. Yes. Hey, come on, man. You think all we have here are a bunch of innocent people? Well, you can take them. Come on. You want them in your neighborhood? You want them in your backyard? This would also greatly assist journalists and your favorite NGOs, who would then have thousands of former inmates available for interviews, making it far easier to find additional voices critical of Salvadoran government or willing to confirm whatever conclusions are already expected. Surely, if these testimonies reflect a systemic reality, a much larger pool of sources will only reinforce the claim, and many governments should be eager to offer protection. He makes a very strong argument then. Like, well, where are all of these governments that are actually willing to save these innocent people? They all talk mad shit, but when are they actually going to do something? Until then, he continued, El Salvador will continue prioritizing human rights of the millions of Salvadorans who live free from gang rule. And this is how it fucking should be. Instead of worrying about the rights of criminals, how about you actually worry about the victims for once? Because, like, right now, at least in the U.S., the legal system is more they're protecting criminals from their victims instead of the other way around. Yeah, we definitely need to fix this. Bukele solidifies his relationship with President Orange Man by offering to house certain migrants deported from the U.S. The U.S. has deported Venezuelan migrants deemed to be gang members to El Salvador after their home country refused to take them back. Okay, so in that case, why don't you blame Venezuela for this? They had a chance to go back to their home country. Their home country didn't want them. That's why they ended up in that prison. If you want to blame someone, blame Maduro. A federal judge on Monday ordered the Orange Man administration to provide due process to a class of Venezuelan migrants deported to El Salvador in March. It gave it 2 weeks to detail how it will do so, setting up another high-stakes clash between the White House and federal courts. Yeah, guess what, man? Illegals don't fucking get due process. Due process is for American citizens. If you're here illegally, you get whatever you fucking get, and you have no right to bitch. I am glad that the fatigue is finally setting in and people have just said that, yeah, enough is enough. Yeah, we don't want to turn into a hellhole like Europe. We got to stop this shit now.